back to Sacred Lux Oracle. Y'all, I was trying to lay down, take my butt to bed, and to be honest, I have all these downloads coming through. So we're about to tap into the energy, see what messages are for the collective this evening, see what we need to know. I'm gonna pull a few cards. We already got something falling out. Channel some of this energy. I hope everybody had an amazing Friday. Okay, we're gonna let these out. Let's see what we got. All right, we got flexing. We got lipstick evidence. And we got snack in reverse. Ooh. Who is this in my collective energy spirit? Who was this with this infidelity? Who was caught cheating? The Star. Someone is messing with someone, or is in. Someone has someone in their energy that they flex a lot. You're either messing with this individual because of what they have or what they came off like they had, or they messing with you for that matter. And whoever it is, they have a third party. There is a third party involved. You may or you may not know about this individual. Can we get some more insight on who this individual is, Spirit? All right, we got Two of Wands in reverse. And we have Death in reverse. Whoever it is, it's caused adversity into the connection. It's caused some delays. Perhaps you guys, or maybe you thought that you guys were on, going in one direction, and then all of a sudden there has been a shift in the energy. They may not be giving you as much consistency as they was at one point in time, maybe as much attention that they were at one point in time. They have switched up. Something has changed up, or you may have changed up. But I'm giving it to somebody else. I'm not giving it to the collective. Strength in reverse. Someone's indecisive. Someone's indecisive on if they want to stay with this individual or continue to deal with this individual or not deal with this individual. And it's because of some of the inner insecurities that they're facing. It's a possibility you don't want to be in love. It's a possibility that this is what you feel like love is supposed to be like. You don't want to start over. It's easy to just, I'm hearing it's easy to just stay in what you currently have versus starting over. It's familiar. Three of Swords in reverse. Spirit is saying the worst is over. Some of you guys are shifting out of this energy. Some of you guys have known about the situation. You may not have known exactly the details of it, but this is definitely a confirmation if you've been feeling it. Eight of Pentacles just came out. Some of you have been doing the work. Some of you guys have been working on self-improvement. So this energy that you want to attract it's not even attractive anymore. Some of you guys, I'm hearing, are tired. One of Pentacles in reverse. The relationship is struggling, situationship, whatever. It's on its last end. It's unfulfilled promises. Definitely uncertainties, poor planning, displeasure. Some people are not sexually satisfied, I'm getting. And that could be because you turned off by the individual. Six of Cups in reverse. Somebody's being drowned in the past. There's too much damage. There's too much chaos. there's too many situations that have happened that are just negative, that it's hard for an individual to just let the stuff go. Someone's been outgrown the situation. It's not cute. It's not you anymore. If you were people pleasing at one point and you have learned how to set boundaries and this is just no longer what you want for yourself, this situation may have been in alignment with you at one point. It may have been good for you at one point, but it's no longer good for the person that you're becoming. Anything else, Spirit? You're praying for alignment, but still tolerating what pulls you out of it. And that's this energy right here. Because it's easy. And I get it, we be in fear of the unknown. We don't know. Sometimes when we get put in certain situations, we're in those certain situations because that's who we are. And sometimes we lose sight of who we are. And it's scary. It's scary to even know when you know that you might not be in the treatment that you are hoping for from the other individual, or you don't feel like they're pouring in your cup like you would typically pour in your cup. It's hard to just be like, you know what, I'm out of here. Or don't let yourselves be together, especially in this economy, especially if you're used to that person helping or doing certain things for you in a financial aspect. It's hard to walk away. You be like, oh my God, am I going to be able to do this? Am I going to be able to handle this? It's like we almost forget who the hell we were. And Spirit is saying, don't worry about none of that. You're always going to be good. You're well respected and protected in the spiritual realm. You're always going to be good. Your spiritual team got you. No matter what the situation is, if it's not resonating with your spirit anymore, you don't have to be in that. In fact, it's hindering you more than it's helping you. Yes, it's not going to always be good times. It's definitely going to be adversity, but you're going to have adversity whether you're by yourself or whether you're with somebody. It's more so who you rather be going down bad with, you know what I mean? And if you're going to be having those bad times, at least have those bad times with somebody that you don't have to question or be second guessing and looking at as if they're the op. You don't deserve that. You shouldn't want that for yourself. You should want more. You deserve more. You should be going after more. But it's easier said than done, especially when it's our norm. Or even though you may be at the point where you consciously know that it's you deserve better, sometimes that's easier said than done to revert to better if you're not used to it. It takes time. You got to do that shadow work. You got to dig deep. You got to look and see what inner wounds are you facing from usually your childhood, or something traumatic has happened for you to be in acceptance of certain treatment. So going through this transition, you might find yourself sabotaging a little bit because you may not be used to certain things. But if you are requiring more, if you are wanting more, don't stay in certain situations just because it's easy or because you're benefiting in some type of way. Not if you're really truly not happy. Not if it's truly not blessing you in the way that you need it to. Because at the end of the day, this is your world. You design this mug. You decide how you want things to go. You don't have to deal with nothing that you don't want to deal with. And if you're dealing with certain things and it's not resonating with your spirit, then you got to look within and be like, okay, why are you really doing that? Because in a sense, if you don't wholeheartedly mess with the person, then it's kind of like using them, and vice versa, even if you've overextended yourself. That's why it's important to not just be out here just in these situationships or in these relationships. And I don't want to say they're not genuine, because you may be genuine at one point, but sometimes we date down. There are seasons where people go through where they date down, or they date based off of the type of season that they're in. That's what it is. They date down. You might think that you're better than this person, or you in certain ways, or you might not typically date this type of person, but you might be calling yourself trying something new. And in reality, they might be good in other areas, but you're not completely good with them. You didn't let your guard down on certain things that you have standards on. Maybe caught yourself being too hard on yourself, or maybe thinking you're petty. Maybe you want somebody to be more physically attractive and you might feel like you're shallow for that, or I mean, I don't know. It can be all types of different things. Or, you know, you want somebody in shape, but maybe you don't feel like you're at your best weight right now. So you feel like you don't have the right, you know, to have that type of standard. Fuck that. At the end of the day, like nobody's going to be perfect, but you have to know what your pros and cons are. You have to be knowing what you're willing to deal with and what you're not willing to deal with. And if it's certain things that you know that you absolutely don't really deal with, you should either A, see if that person is willing to make some adjustments, or B, align yourself with someone that's more aligned with your wants and your needs and your desires. Again, nothing's going to be perfect. And you also have to make sure that, you know, as you're making those requests and having those hope, wishes, and desires, you're on top of your shit too. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing too. You got to make sure that you're just as much as that individual that you're wanting to attract. You got to do the work. But that's all I really have for y'all. I just wanted to tap into the energies, see what y'all got going on, and I did it. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me this evening. I'll talk to y'all later. Ciao.